Hey, what's up guys? I am coming to you on the Mixinator channel. Just going to give you guys a really quick view of what I'm using for this fall of 2013 into the winter of 2014 for my pedal board setup. Mainly this will be used for church, maybe for a couple recording sessions, but beyond that not a whole lot's changed, but I'm just going to walk you through it. So if you hear some snoring in the background, it's my bulldog, so just ignore it. Alright, going into the Boss Chromatic Tuner, straight from my guitar into that. Keep it on bypass and just keep it on all the time. It helps if you're bending strings. You can actually see up here if you're actually bending up to the right note, etc. So pretty darn accurate. I've had it up there forever. Can't go wrong with them. From here I go out into my JHS Pulp and Peel compressor, and this is version 3, and version 3 actually has their little black buffer circuit built into it. To access it, you actually have to take the pedal, unscrew the back panel, and you can turn it on and off. For now, I actually have mine turned off, and I use it mainly kind of as a preamp slash boost. It stays on all the time. As you can see up here, we've got volume, compression, and blend. So my volume is set just slightly higher than my clean volume with all of my effects turned off, so it's just set slightly higher than that. I've got my compression setting pretty low, as you can see, and here's a blend knob. All the way down would be just your guitar's clean tone as it is, and you can gradually blend in the amount of compression that you've set up here. So I keep mine right about there, pretty low, and that's just really a string to string balance, and in such a way that I can leave my compressor on all the time. So great compressor. If I ever need the buffer in it, I can obviously unscrew the back of it. It's got an on-off toggle for the little black buffer circuit on the inside. Very easy to get to. Not a problem to turn on or off. From there, I go out into, this is called the Pearl pedal, and this is from This One's Mine. If you're not familiar with them, go to Google and search T, the number 1, and M, the letter M. This is a 2-in-1 pedal. This side is actually a clean boost, and you can buy this side by itself. I forgot the name of it, but you can go on his website and check him out. This side is kind of a Marshall meets Tube Screamer. Really awesome, crunchy, thick, kind of throaty sound. Default is both of these toggle switches turned in. I just keep it that way, and I do use this side quite a bit. And I will stack these two. It sounds great together, and depending on how you have your gain stages set and these toggle switches, you can get some really gnarly feedback sounds, or just way over the top kind of psychedelic sounds. But for me personally, I've pretty much got this clean and crunch. So really like both of it, and it's one of the few overdrive pedals that I've ever plugged in and played and just said, wow, this is amazing. So great pedal. Going from there, I'm going into the Signa Drive from CMAT Mods. I actually just got this pedal recently, and one thing you'll notice, it's kind of straightforward. You can power it 9 or 18 volts, and up here obviously you've got gain, tone, and level. Now here you've got a 3-way toggle switch. This particular switch is all the way up, which means that it's really not adding a lot of color at all to your tone, just a nice transparent, I use it as a second stage boost pedal or overdrive pedal. If you move the toggle switch to the middle, that actually gives you a very slight volume drop, and the tone pretty much remains the same with a very slight mid and bass boost. All the way down, you lose a lot of volume, which you can obviously compensate for by turning your level and your gain back up, and it adds a lot more bass and mid. I'm actually going to leave it there because I'm going to try it that way tomorrow. From here I go out into this Boss volume pedal. It's built like a tank, and it fits my size 11.5 to 12 shoe very nicely, so I like it and I've gotten used to it. From there I go out into my tremolo, which is from Visual Sound, and it's the Garage Tone series. Now I didn't opt to buy a Cusack tremolo, Cusack, however you want to say it, or an Empress tremolo, or say a Seymour Duncan shapeshifter. One, because I don't use tremolo that much, but I did want an analog tremolo, which this is. So I just maybe use it for one song every once in a while. I like to have it on there, but I didn't want to break the bank on it. So if you're looking for a budget tremolo and an analog tremolo, great way to go. You can get them on eBay for 30 or 40 bucks. So from here, I go out into my, this is version 1, the H2O liquid chorus and echo pedal from Visual Sound. The left side is obviously your chorus. I do use that some, and I actually will turn both of these on together. I really like the chorus on it. I think the TC Electronic also has a great sounding chorus too, if you're wanting to spend a little more money. I bought this pedal used, and it was version 1, which is discontinued, so I decided that I'd pick it up just to keep and actually put it on my pedal board and tried it out and decided that I liked it, so it has stayed. This right side, as you can see on this switch, you can set a short or a long tail. I've got mine set to a long tail. I like to use it for volume swells or playing slide. And you've got echo, repeats, and effect level. I keep my echo time down, I keep my repeats up, and my effect level up if I'm finger picking, or if there's just one of those really driving parts on a song, I'll kick it on just to fill up a little more space. From there, I'm going out into the ever faithful Boss DD20. I love this pedal. I've had it probably between the DD20 and the next pedal I'm going to show you. I've probably had it on my board the longest. On the fly, it's great to use live. You can store 4 presets, which I typically do per week at church. We usually do 4 songs and then one 5th song at the end that's usually on the fly, so this suits my pedal board setup perfectly right now. I also come down here to a tap tempo from this one's mine, also made by the same company as this guy. So from here I'm going out finally into my Boss Digital Reverb RV5. Again, this has probably been on my board just as long, I think, as my DD20. Great digital reverb pedal. Typically I keep it on the modulate, but the spring setting I think sounds great. So anyways, it goes out into a Carvin Nomad 50 watt, which I don't have present right now, and I'm playing all that through a 2013 American Standard Telecaster. I happened to pick that up this year. It fit the tone that I was going for. I've typically owned either more vintage styled Telecasters and vintage voiced Telecasters, but I really wanted just more of a modern sounding telly that still had some spank to it. So that's worked fine. Anyways, this is all powered by Voodoo Lab Pedal Power 2 Plus. So it works good, and I do have it mounted under the pedal board, and the pedal board's actually a Pedal Train PT3. So otherwise, if you've got any questions, hit me up, and at some point in time I will try to actually plug all this in and give you a rundown of each pedal. Anyways, you guys have a good one, and God bless.